Yo, what's up guys, my name's Hakiii and welcome to a brand new video here on the channel. Today I'm going to be ranking all supercars in GTA 5 Online, and let me know what you think of this down below in the comment section. I could make this into kind of like a series if you guys want me to, where I could rank a bunch of things. So if you guys go on to enjoy this video, take 2 seconds to drop a like on it, that'd be awesome. Also, if you guys are new to the channel, go ahead and drop a sub, join the Hakiii army on the road to 100k, because you do not want to miss any more videos like these. We're trying to get to 35k by the end of the year, so if you guys want to help us get there, feel free to. Also, don't forget to turn on the notification bell as well. Anyway though, let's get straight into it. Alright, so we're in the tier maker website, and if you guys want to do this with me and then let me know what you got down below in the comment section, feel free to. You're more than welcome to do this with me. And as you guys can see down here, we have pretty much all supercars in the game, or at least most of the supercars in the game. And let's go over all the tiers. So we got insane tier, which is pretty much just the best of the best. Then we got awesome, then we got good, then we got and then we got bad, and then we got complete trash. First car, we got the P-Fister 811. In terms of speed, it's pretty good. I think it has one of the best top speeds in the game. Look wise, it doesn't look that great in my opinion, so I think I'm gonna give it good. That's kind of being generous, honestly. I wanted to put it in but you know, I'll give it good. Alright, and next up we got the Autarch. Now the Autarch, in my opinion, is one of the better looking supercars in the entire game. It looks absolutely amazing. Performance wise, I think it's solid, but I think the acceleration is not that great if I remember correctly. So you know what, honestly, I'm gonna put the P-Fister right here, and then I'm gonna put the Autarch in good. So just because I don't want to put the Autarch in awesome, but I still think it is a little bit better than the 811. So now we got the Adder, which is probably the most OG supercar in the entire game. I'm gonna have to give it points for being OG, but performance wise it's actually pretty bad, I gotta say. I think the acceleration is really bad, but I think top speed is okay, so I'm gonna put it in along with the 811. Then we got the Banshee. The Banshee is another OG car, I would say. The Banshee look wise, I would say it's not bad, but it's also not great. So honestly, I think I'll put it along with the Adder and the 811 in Now we got the Bullet. In my opinion, yeah, I'm just gonna put it in trash. It looks trash, performance is trash, so yeah, that just deserves to be in trash, straight up. Then next up we got the Cheetah. The Cheetah is another OG supercar. It doesn't look that great in my opinion. I think it deserves a spot in along with the Banshee, the Adder, and the 811. Next up we got the Cyclone, and if I'm not mistaken, this has the most ridiculously OP acceleration in the game. Look wise, it does look pretty nice in my opinion. I'm gonna have to put it in good along with the Autarch. Next up we got the Devastate, and look wise it looks absolutely amazing. Performance wise, to be honest, I have absolutely no idea how it does performance wise. I feel like there's gonna be people who are gonna disagree with me about the look, because I think it looks absolutely amazing. So just because of the look, I'm gonna go ahead and put it in good. Next up we got the Emirates, and this vehicle looks absolutely stunning in my opinion. I think performance wise it's pretty good as well, and I remember it has a good amount of customization options as well, so I'm gonna go ahead and put it in awesome. The first vehicle I put in awesome. Next up we got the Entity, and this also gets bonus points for being absolutely OG. I think look wise it looks pretty cool. It also has a pretty cool spoiler, I remember as well. It's kind of like a really low spoiler, so I'm gonna go ahead and put it in tier good. I have a lot of respect for this vehicle. It's amazing, it looks great, it's OG. Performance isn't great, but honestly it deserves to be in tier good. Next up we got another Entity. This is the Entity XXR, I think it is. It looks absolutely amazing. It looks a little bit better than the Entity XF right here in my opinion, so I'm gonna go ahead and put it in good tier. Performance isn't great once again, but I think look wise it looks absolutely amazing. Next up we got the ETR1, and when this vehicle first came out, I was really hyped about it. I thought it was absolutely amazing, but thinking about it now, it's not that great, and I think performance is also kind of average as well, so I'm gonna put it in tier Next up we got the Vapid FMJ, and in my opinion this vehicle just looks kind of odd. I don't like this vehicle, to be honest, and the performance is kind of trash, I gotta say, so I'm gonna go ahead and put it in bad. I don't think it's as bad as the Bullet. Next up we got the Furia, and I could just say look wise it's probably probably one of the best looking supercars in the entire game in my opinion, and performance wise I'm not too sure how it does performance wise, but I can't imagine it being too bad in performance, so you know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and put it in awesome tier just because it looks so nice. Next up we got the GP1, and I actually really like how this vehicle sounds. It's actually one of the better sounding supercars in the entire game. The engine sound is just absolutely amazing. Honestly, look wise it looks pretty bad in my opinion. I do not like how the front and especially the back of this vehicle looks, and performance wise I think it's pretty average, so just because of the engine sound I'm gonna go ahead and put it in eh. Next up we got the Infernus, and this is the definition of an OG supercar. I'm pretty sure it was back in GTA 4 as well, so if you played GTA 4 back in the day you would recognize this supercar. So performance wise it's actually pretty bad, and I think it looks decent, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and put it in eh tier. Next up we got the Tally GTB, and right next to it we got the Tally GTB Custom. So honestly if we have two of the same version, or kind of like a regular version and then a custom version, I'm gonna put them in the same tier just because I don't think there's that much of a difference. So for the Tally GTB Custom, I remember there's some awesome liveries and really good customization options. I know it's a Benny's car, but I mean there still is good customization options, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and put it in tier good, and same thing with the regular version, I'm gonna put them in the exact same tier as I said. And next up we got the almighty Krieger. This is my absolute go-to supercar, especially for racing. This deserves to be, oh, can you even see that? This deserves to be in tier insane. This is the first car we're gonna put in tier insane. Look wise it looks great in my opinion, and then I mean performance wise it's arguably the best performing supercar in the entire game, so I'm gonna go ahead and put it in tier insane. This vehicle is just an absolute beauty. Next up we got the Nero and the Nero Custom, and this vehicle is absolutely stunning in my opinion. I love how it looks. I'm gonna put it in tier awesome. I have a ton of respect for this vehicle, and the regular version is gonna be in the same tier as I said. Next up we got the Osiris, and this is one of my favorite looking supercars, or just cars in general in the entire game. I think it looks absolutely beautiful. I'm gonna have to put it in tier awesome. Performance is solid, it's not incredible just like the Nero. And now next up, what is this vehicle even called? Okay, so I just searched it up and it's called the Penetrator, and I've never had this vehicle before, but look wise it looks pretty terrible, I'm not gonna lie, and I haven't seen anyone mention it as one of the best performing supercars, so I'm gonna go ahead and put it in tier either trash or bad. I'm gonna put it in tier trash. It looks just absolutely horrific in my opinion. Next up we got the RE7B, and in terms of acceleration, I know this vehicle doesn't have very good acceleration, but top speed is solid. In my opinion this vehicle looks pretty cool. Some people might disagree with me, but I actually think this vehicle looks pretty cool, so I'm gonna go ahead and put it in tier good. Next up we got the Reaper, and look wise it looks amazing in my opinion. Definitely a really nice looking supercar, but performance wise it lacks a ton. It's absolutely awful, so I'm gonna have to put it in tier eh just cause it looks amazing, but sadly the performance is just awful. Next up we got the Rocket Voltic, and I mean it has a rocket on the back, which is extremely unique, extremely cool, but honestly besides the rocket there's just nothing to this car. Like, I'm deciding whether to put it in tier bad or tier eh. I'm gonna have to put it in tier eh just cause it doesn't look terrible. Once again, besides the rocket there's pretty much just nothing that great about this vehicle. Next up we got the S80RR, and in my opinion this vehicle looks awesome. It definitely looks really unique. I'm gonna put it either in tier good or awesome. Honestly I'm gonna put it in tier good just cause I think these 5 are a little bit better than this. Next up we got the SC1, and I straight up don't know much about this vehicle. It looks like okay, it doesn't look bad, it doesn't look that good. So just because of that, I'm gonna go ahead and put it in tier eh. Next up we got the Scramjet, and I love how this vehicle looks. It definitely doesn't look realistic at all, but I mean GTA doesn't have to be all that realistic. I mean it's GTA, so it looks really cool. I'm not too sure how it does performance wise, so I'm gonna go ahead and put it in tier good. Next up we got the Sultan, and I like how this vehicle looks. It's pretty solid in all categories. I think performance is actually a little bit under solid. I would say it has decent performance, so I'm gonna go ahead and put it in Next up we got the T20, and this actually used to be my go-to supercar for races before the almighty Krieger came into the game, but I'm still gonna put it in tier insane. You guys might be surprised, but I still love the T20. You guys might think I'm going a little bit overboard with tier insane, but nah, I love the T20. It's absolutely amazing. Next up we got the Typin, and I'm not too sure how it does performance wise, but look wise it definitely looks nice. So just because I don't know too much about it, I'm gonna go ahead and put it in tier good. Next up we got the Tempesta, and it's one of those vehicles that it looks good, but just not anything more than that. It's just kind of like an average solid looking vehicle, and I think performance wise it's also average, so I'm gonna go ahead and put it either in tier or tier good. I'm gonna, you know what, I'll put it in tier good. Next up we got the Tesseract, and this vehicle looks amazing in my opinion. It has really good customization options. I'm gonna put it in tier awesome just cause it looks amazing. It has some really cool wheels in my opinion. I think the wheels are super unique, and performance wise it's actually really good as well. So overall really cool vehicle. Next up we got the Thrax, and this is another really nice looking vehicle. I love how it looks. Performance wise is really good, so honestly it kind of matches up well with the Tesseract, so I'm gonna go ahead and put it in tier awesome as well. Next we got the Turismo, and you guys already know this is gonna get bonus points for being OG. Look wise it looks solid, doesn't look anything incredible, but it definitely does look solid. Performance is I think about average, so I'm gonna go ahead and put it in tier good. Next up we got the Tyrant, and this is one of the nicest looking supercars in the game in my opinion. I love how it looks so much. Performance wise it's pretty good as well, so I'm gonna go ahead and put it in tier. I'm gonna put it in tier awesome. It definitely deserves to be up here in the second top tier. Next up we got the Tyrus, and I think this is meant to be kind of like a classic style supercar, which I think is pretty cool. I don't think it looks incredible, but it definitely does look pretty cool, pretty unique, so I'm gonna go ahead and put it in tier good because I think performance wise it's solid. Look wise it looks solid as well, so it's definitely worthy to be in tier good in my opinion. Next up we got the Vaca, and I haven't used this vehicle much in GTA. I think it looks solid, and performance wise I think it's about average, maybe even a little under average, so I'm gonna go ahead and put it in tier Next up we got the almighty Wagner, and this is one of the best performing supercars in the game. It's really good for races in my opinion. The Krieger is a little bit better, but that's just my opinion. I'm gonna put it in tier awesome just because I don't think it looks as good as the T20 and the Krieger, but once again this is just my personal opinion, but it definitely is worthy to be in tier awesome. Next up we got the Vision, and look wise it looks really good in my opinion. Performance wise I'm not sure how it does performance wise to be honest, so I'm gonna go ahead and put it in tier good. Next we got the Voltic, and I think I already covered the Rocket Voltic. Yeah, there it is right here. So as I said, I'm gonna put them in the same tier if they're basically the same vehicle just in a different version. Next up we got the X80 Proto, and honestly when this vehicle first came out I thought it looked amazing. Now that I look at it, it looks kind of cool I guess, but I'm not that, you know, freaking out about it, so I'm gonna put it in tier good. Next we got the XA21, and I love how this vehicle looks, and sound wise this is probably the best sounding supercar in the entire game in my opinion. It sounds amazing. The engine sound is beautiful, so bonus points for sounding really well, and then look wise it looks really good as well, and then performance is definitely solid as well. So overall I definitely think it is worthy to be in tier awesome. Next up we got the OG Zentorno, and just like a couple of other cars this is gonna get bonus points for being super OG, and the engine sound just like the XA21, the engine sound of the Zentorno is really nice in my opinion. It has kind of a unique engine sound, so I'm gonna put it in tier good. The engine sound is good, it looks solid in my opinion, and then I think the performance is solid as well. Next up we got this vehicle that I'm not too familiar with honestly. I think it's called like the Zoroso or something like that. I can see it's roofless and it does look solid in my opinion, so I'm gonna put it in tier good. And that concludes my ranking of most if not all supercars in GTA 5 Online. I think they left out a few, but honestly it's not that big a deal. So let me know what you guys got down below in the comment section. Let me know if you guys agree with most of mine. Let me know what you disagree on. Keep in mind this is 100% opinion based, and you're more than welcome to disagree with me. Everyone has their own opinion. Anyway though, hopefully you guys did go on to enjoy this video. If you did, make sure you guys drop a like, subscribe if you guys are new, join the Hakiii army on the road to 100k. Make sure you guys turn on the notification bell as well. Anyway though, this has been Hakiii. Have a good rest of your day. I'll see you guys in the next video, and peace.